If you want to take advantage for a limited time, we're offering a free 20-minute skincare consultation. Bring all your skincare products, and we'll show you how to keep your skin looking beautiful and healthy forever.
And don't forget to wear your Corona mask.
You got to wear your mask. That's the rule. Okay? So tune in next week for more information.
Thank you so much. And Conscious Conversations with Ciara Ross is up next. Have a wonderful day, guys. Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversations.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听了。Yeah, I love Edge Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Been sitting in your car because you just can't turn us off? We get it. Stay connected. Go to edgeradionetwork.com, 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Come to the edge. But don't jump. Just enjoy the view. 1540 AM and 101.
Surgeon, and each week we will discuss new breakthroughs in medical technology, erectile dysfunction, vaginal rejuvenation, natural breast augmentation with your own fat.
So you're saying that you can take the fat from my belly and increase my breast size?
Exactly. Or your buttocks instead. Learn more at rodriguezrejuvenation.com.
Tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on Edge Radio, where the truth still matters.
This is KGBC, Galveston, Houston, 1540 AM, and K269GS, Pasadena, 101.7 FM.
Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome. Today is Wednesday, and you already know today is Conscious Conversations with Ciara Ross, and I have a special guest with me today. We call her Miss Chefiana / Snatchiana. She is a personal trainer, a nutritionist, and today we're going to be talking about second childhood. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today, Miss Nina Tall.
Good morning.
How you feeling today?
I'm pretty good, thank you, and you?
Girl, I'm breathing. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we have a lot of different things to talk about. I wanted to know, from your experience in life, have you ever, or are you dealing with, or ran across people that are struggling in their second childhood?
Absolutely. I would say yes to all of the above.
Okay. So for those who do not possibly know what a second childhood is, let me break this down for you guys just a little bit, because some of you guys are possibly also in denial. So when we say second childhood, it's more so like, listen, whatever you possibly didn't receive when you were 15, 16, 17, and you're 30, let it go. Buy it yourself or pray about it and pretend that you're going to get it in your next lifetime.
Yes, that's a word.
But don't continue to lash out and have a pity party and lash out on everyone else, because you're affecting the currency of people's mind, and mental health is very serious. I run across a lot of people today, and maybe Miss Nina, you can agree with me, in the sense of you could possibly demand respect, and you can meet somebody, or these people could possibly know you in your past life, and now you reintroduce yourself to them as who you are currently, and it's not respected.
Absolutely. It's just that as one would say, that they keep trying to address you where you used to live and you no longer live there, so you can't send your mail to that address anymore. You have to be reintroduced at times.
This is true. Also, I don't know if this is something that is a culture thing. I don't necessarily know if this is a family thing. I just know from personal experiences in my life, I'll be totally transparent at this particular moment. Sometimes your family don't understand you. They possibly will never get you. But it can actually be resolved with just a simple, let me meet you where you are, not let me meet you where you were or what I used to know you about. Sometimes also, too, I was reading, I can't even think of exactly the article, but anyway, the article was about amplified emotions and behavior.
Yeah.
So what that is, it was more so about we assuming something from someone.
Right.
Versus asking them what's up.
Right.
Have you ever dealt with something like that?
Frequently, yes. I mean, it mostly comes from family and maybe friends that knew you of the past, or, most of the time when your family, you're around them and then you come back around them in your adult life, they still thinking of you in that adolescent stage of when you was a child, of maybe when you had bad attitudes, or maybe when you had made bad decisions, and they think that, oh, just because the body's grown, that the brain didn't grow. And at the end of the day, just because you get older in age don't mean that you mature. They have to respect the fact that you probably have matured outside of that, but because their vision is clouded and they're stuck there themselves, they don't know how to detach from you as actually a child to an adult child.
You mentioned respect. Ooh. Not to cut you up, but that right there, we can't just tread over. Respect goes a long way, and I think that when you become of age and you have a voice, see, I don't understand you. Parents, you can't teach your children to have a voice and think for yourself, right, and have an opinion, right. But then now when they get over 18 and now they actually can voice this opinion respectfully, you right. don't want to hear it. Right. And I'm kind of curious to see and know how many adults, because I don't have any children. I mean, Nina, do you have any kids? No. So we can't speak from a parental standpoint, but we could speak from a grown child standpoint. But I would like to hear from any of the parents out there on how are you guys communicating and dealing with some of the situations and respecting your adult children, because this is very important. And of course, Conscious Conversations is about breaking generational curses, right? And a lot of parents don't know how to deal or address, because we don't want to say deal because that means you're tolerating, right? You don't know how to address us in a sense of what we need, how we interpret things. A lot of the time, people don't realize left-handed people compute totally different than right-handed people. Yeah. We just look at things as if we all understand what each other's talking about. Right. Right. Like, just because I come to that conclusion, I automatically think you come to that conclusion as well. And actually, no. Not at all. We're not agreeing with that. Not trying to hear nothing you're talking about. One thing I found interesting that I actually had to sit down and think about it, and I don't know if you've ever thought about this, or you guys out there have ever thought about this, but why is it that if I meet you, I automatically assume that you and I speak the same language? But if I meet someone that looks totally a different ethnicity than I am trying to comprehend what they're saying, because I know that they don't speak English.
it goes back to being a cultural thing. I just think that, you know, just because we're all black, they think all black people are raised the same. And it's not to say that we don't have the same culture, we can't identify, but at the same time, we all don't go through the same exact trauma. So you have to very much meet many that even looks like us at where they're at. Ask questions. You know, questions go a long way.
Oh, you know I got questions.
We always, yeah, you do. You taught me to have questions.
You want to ask some questions because sometimes we're read wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't have it, normally I'm happy, smiling, bubbly, whatever. But sometimes I just don't want to smile. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I am mad or I'm upset.
Right.
And off the bat, you get stamped and labeled as you're an angry, we'll just say angry black girl.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just in deep thoughts or possibly praying, and you're interrupting that.
Right. Can't hear the prayer.
Can't hear anything. No, like it's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
Which again, you're dealing with second childhood situation. So how can you grow if you're continuing to be an adolescent?
You know, it's just also you have to become aware as well, I think, with yourself when identifying that, okay, I'm back in a second childhood. Is there things I need to grow? Because I think sometimes you have to revisit that place so you can grow from past traumas. You can grow to maybe healing relationships that didn't work out well. And you know, when you go back to second childhood, you have to re-meet your parents and re-meet your siblings as well as where they're at. So it's not just one-sided. I think mostly you just have to identify with yourself and see what your new capacity is. How much can you take? And if your capacity has been reached, then it's time to skate. It's time to move on, honey.
Did you say time to skate? Skirt.
I'm just saying.
Not mad at that. Because at the end of the day, you can outgrow someone.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to quote this correctly. Sorry, shout out to Oprah though. But she made, I shared this video the other day, and it was more so like, if people don't share your same energy, then it's time to possibly move around.
Yeah.
Because I can't force you to want what I want for myself. You should actually respect it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, we say that we want certain things, but we don't know how to actually hold it and maintain it.
Yeah. You know, it's easier said than done. When you want something, we always think we want something until we get it, and we don't understand the groundwork that has to be put in to sustain it. It's not even about wanting it. I think it's more about the sustaining of a thing that we say we want. Are you willing to put in that work? I teach this to my niece and nephews all the time. You know, you want to be treated like a little bit of a bigger kid, and you ask for, let's say, maybe a cell phone, but you're not responsible. You lose it. You don't charge your phone. Your room is a mess. Do you deserve it? Yes, you can graduate to something, but how are you going to sustain that you say that you want? You know, I want to be treated with respect. Really? So how much respect are you giving out? Yes. I just feel as adults, every adult, I give someone a reasonable amount of respect. I call it general respect. But anything after that, you have to kind of earn it, you know? And everyone just seems it's automatic, and it's like, no,
I can't respect you if you don't respect me.
Right.
And guys, feel free to chime in. You know, the phone number is 281-587-1540. We also would love to hear your comments, concerns. And are you possibly dealing with some people that are struggling in their second childhood? And one of the major things that can possibly tear you apart is not even recognizing that you're the one that's possibly in your second or third or fourth or fifth childhood.
Yeah.
Grow up. Whatever your parents did not let you do when you were 5, 6, 7, it's your responsibility to then, when you get of age, go out and do some of those things. Now, if they're trying to tell you to go out and be a mass murderer, and that's what you was trying to do, we don't need you to do none of that. Okay, we need you to actually chill and go pick up a book and find some peace. But with all of this chaos, it's like, come on. You guys are 50, 60, 70, 80 talking about what you didn't get, that G.I. Joe that they don't even make anymore. That's a collectibles item. Yeah. You didn't even get it. And you're like, oh, I can't play my music loud because I was 5 and they told me I can't play my music. Really?
Child.
Get your own doggone car. Go ride around the block. Put your stuff on and swerve through.
Yes.
I just don't understand what's going on. We rather promote what I didn't get or what I didn't have. Right. And it's not even the stuff that you didn't have this year. This is stuff that you didn't get when you was in grade school.
Yeah.
There's nothing that right now we on this earth can do about this 1962 Cadillac that's now only available in Cuba. It ain't coming back over here. It's the best that we got. I just don't understand. Nina, how do you interact with people that actually have the second childhood syndrome?
So I interact a lot with myself because I'm kind of going through it. I just try to first be a listening ear. I ask questions first just to try and gauge where their mind frame is and see exactly what the problem is. A lot of times it's a lot of surface issues and they don't even know how to find the root of what their issue is to even address it correctly or process it. Sometimes you suffer from maybe not having a voice as a child. It may not have been something material. It may have been you always been overlooked and your voice wasn't heard. So even as an adult, when you're trying to make it heard, it's still like a brush off and you take that as total disrespect. I'm gonna say namaste on that, and you're probably gonna have to go for that drive that C talked about. But on another note, I would just, it's only so much that even I can take. It's like, if you have a problem, are you going to address it, and what can you do? Okay, now that we know you have a problem, what are we going to do about the solution at this point?
This is true.
Because we're not going to keep going around in this same circle. After some time, you got to stop hitting your head on that wall, and you have to make a choice as an adult and say, listen, I no longer want to live in this second childhood. I want to move on. We're going to have to come to some kind of agreement here, because lines get crossed and they get blurred, no matter whether it's with siblings, parents, cousins. It get blurred real fast, and you just got to be careful. That's for your peace. Protect your peace.
Protect your peace, but also try. Because now we're in a state of, it's easier to walk away. It's easier to fall back. It really is. But at the end of the day, we're all human, and we need companionship. We need friends. I know they saying stay back 6 feet, whatever it may be. Right. Cool. Look, air hugs, air slaps, air whatever it may be. But communicate, because regardless, at the end of the day, they're still saying, they're dividing us. We're still being divided. It's up to us to stay woke. But you can't stay woke in today's society or situation when you're talking about something from the 90s. Shout out to the 90s, by the way, because that was such a good era. But that's not the point. The point is, you got to find balance and peace. Right. So then therefore people can deal with you accordingly. Nobody always wants to deal with somebody that has an issue from back in the day. Because I can't manage your back in the day issues, your today issues, and your tomorrow issues. You're going to go crazy. You truly are going to go crazy. So whatever struggles that we're dealing with, which of course is leading to the second childhood things, fix it and figure it out. Because a lot of y'all are 80 with no clothes on, and that's not cool at all. I understand that maybe your granny Am told you that you couldn't wear that when you was 20, and you possibly right, but what you should have did was found a friend and went outside and wore it, because now you 80 in somebody's club looking at all your great-great-grandkids looking crazy out here in these streets. Right. I can't figure it out. Right. I just think it's a lot of, many people are dressed up and haven't been addressed inside. So it's speaking through that. And a lot of things, like you said, it has to be addressed. It has to be fixed, because there's a lot of unspoken apologies. Like sometimes the apology is not for that person. It's for you. Sometimes let's talk about it and put this to bed. Because if not, when there is an issue and then you and that person comes back full front and it was never addressed, they're already coming at you with the undertone. Yep. And they're just waiting to bring it up like, see, this is, and it's like, no, you never addressed it. If we would have addressed it the first time, you wouldn't have been locked and loaded, ready to let off on me. The moment something went slightly left, you would have been able to come at me and address me a little differently. Plus, but I don't even remember what you're talking about, because it happened so long ago.
Right, like, so where are we with this? And I think our generation has to bridge the gap a lot also, because we do carry a lot of different burdens of trying to connect Generation Z and the generation before us, and but the baby boomers, because apologies wasn't fluent. Let's be for real. Talking about your issue wasn't fluent. It was just like, you get over it, don't talk about that, and that's not cool. That's trauma. Exactly, and a generational curse that's going to continue and continue and continue. Right. Because communication is seasoned, actually. Before, remember the chat line? Yes, girl, I love the chat line. Everybody's doing phone. For hours. Talked. Had
have nice conversation. Nobody asks for no pictures.
Good days. Those were the good days.
Beautiful days.
Man.
Now you got to jump through hoops and filters and all of this extra stuff just to have a decent conversation.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in front of you, you don't know how to speak because you only know how to swipe left and swipe right.
Ooh.
So again, if you're, and you will say your 30s, you're in a different time because right now you're trying to adjust in what the previous things, all the things that you've learned with pen and paper to now this technology.
Yeah.
Again, like Miss Nina said, you have to bridge the gap. And Miss Nina, I actually wanted to ask you something. Can food play any type of position on how you feel or your emotions and mood?
Absolutely. I teach my clients for fitness, especially for women around your menstrual. It's very big what food would do to you. Salt intake, sugar, not drinking enough water, not even having enough sleep. And it's not just like for moodiness. You got to understand that your blood is not flowing properly. You got to understand that if you're not eating breakfast in the morning, and breakfast doesn't have to be this whole big array of something. What it can be is a grapefruit and maybe a little yogurt. It is to get your immune system active. It's to get your reactive time active. If you go out there and you can't react, your nervous system is the word the system I'm looking for actually. It gets you to react better, and it just ups your mood. It wakes your body up. Picture starting a car and just in the middle of the winter in New Jersey and just trying to take off without it being warmed up. Oh, you're gonna stall out. So yes, it does affect your mood and what you're eating. A lot of adults don't eat enough vegetables if they even think about it, because we don't. See, and here's the killer: they don't even eat enough fruit. You know, we go for the things that are artificial, and because it's available and it's cheaper, and it does play a big effect. If you eat better, trust me, you'll feel a whole lot better. Even if you don't eat, you get hangry, so that tells you a lot also. So picture
you're not yourself.
You grab, and they tell you to grab a Snicker. No, go grab a nutritious meal, and let's start there.
This is true. This is true. We have to figure out something and figure out ways to break your second childhood syndrome.
Yeah.
Even though that you might not have liked certain things growing up, it possibly was trying to train you to be better in life. So of course, guys, every week I try to leave you with some type of gem to make you better. Again, if you know someone that is dealing with the second childhood syndrome, address it, but it's how you address it, because possibly they may not know.
Yeah.
Also, if you are the one that's causing the drama because you're the one dealing with the second child syndrome, I'm gonna need you to get it together and get it fixed. Miss Nina, do you have any advice for anyone that's possibly dealing with that? How can they get through it?
Find your center and make sure you identify who you are so you can allow people to address you in that manner. If you don't know who you are, they can't address you as such. And make sure you're not just saying you're something or someone, you actually act accordingly. That'll really help.
I agree. Well, guys, thank you so much. And for my final thought, do better. You do better when you know better. And even if you don't know better, you have an inkling to do better. Okay, so there's really no excuse. And whatever the things that you want, hey, I'm still waiting for a magic pony and a purple Jeep since I was 5. Am I harboring over it? Absolutely not, because guess what? Ponies still exist, and so does this Jeep, so I'll get it eventually. Have a beautiful spirit, guys. Happy 4th of July weekend for those who are celebrating, and for those who are not, find something to do, find something positive. Also, this will be my birthday weekend, so C Week starts officially right after this show. And have a wonderful day. You can catch the replays on Edge Radio Network and the ccwcshow.com. Again, if you would like to be a guest, head over to ccwcshow.com. And I am Ciara Ross on Conscious Conversations. And thank you so much, Miss Nina Toll. Where can they find you?
Thank you. You can find me on IG at snatchiana_Mills. And that's pretty much it. Follow me.
Alrighty, guys. And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
You're like, it's my birthday.
She's like, Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversations.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
哎，各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
To introduce to you a gentleman that I've come to know and really appreciate, Dr. Raul Rodriguez from Rodriguez Rejuvenation. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Well, I started my career as in cosmetic surgery and aesthetic medicine over 20 years ago. And I've always been an innovator in everything that I've done. And I was fortunate enough to be featured on ABC News 2020 back in 2003 with Barbara Walters doing the introduction. Could this be the answer to your
Barbara
dreams?
Walters and Hugh Downs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Back then, he
That's
wanted
great.
up on the Give Me a Break segment with
Yes.
John Salza. But fortunately, we were the featured segment on 2020. So I've always been an innovator in everything that I've done on the area of aesthetics and rejuvenation as well. I realized many years ago that it took more than just a scalpel to make somebody look younger and feel younger. And I incorporated into my practice bioidentical hormone replacement, optimal nutrition, other things. I mean, what's the use in looking younger if you don't feel good?
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So a lot of what I do and integrate in my practice is not just designed to help you look younger, help you look more fresh, for women as well as men, but also to make you feel younger and ultimately even function younger, as we'll get into a little bit more with our segment.
With regard to men and erectile dysfunction, this has become very pervasive, and to my surprise, I'm hearing men in their 30s are having issues right now. Is that right?
Yes, it's true. And in my practice, I've had a 50-something-year-old father that brought his 26-year-old son in because he had different issues.
Wow.
With the issue of erectile dysfunction, and I would like to rephrase that and just rename it as erectile functioning, the circulation gets poorer as we get older, everywhere in our body. You know, our circulation gets bad in our legs, circulation gets bad in our heart, and eventually you die of a heart attack.
Right.
Well, the same thing happens with erectile function in men. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not a psychological issue. It's an issue that simply has to do with the fact the circulation there is not as good as it was when you were 25 years old.
Yes, yes.
But now we have technology to reverse some of those changes, some of that deterioration of circulation to help restore more normal blood flow and circulation to the area, even though it's 25 years down the road from when you used to be 25. The procedures that I'm talking about is a procedure that actually helps stimulate the formation of new blood vessels in the area, so it restores a more normal blood flow, more normal circulation, a more normal, healthier, younger function.
You have a procedure that you've revolutionized, and now in the industry there is an option. Tell us about what that process is and how it works.
That's called the Rod Rock procedure. Rod for Rodriguez and Rock, ROC, for restoration of circulation.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay?
Restoration of circulation.
Restoration
the
of
Rod
circulation.
Rock treatment.
The Rod Rock treatment. Now, essentially what I've done is combine different modalities that have been around for a long time, but combine them to get synergy in stimulating new blood flow, new blood vessel formation in the penis.
Yes.
And particularly in the part of the male organ that dilates with blood, called the corpora cavernosa. And that particular treatment involves using